not sure if he wants me to still wait. Good morning, everyone. This is our opening song, My Mind's Set on Spirit. You're welcome to stand up and join if you'd like. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Can you hear me? Oh, there I am. My name is Rose, and I'm your host today. I'm delighted to be here. Hello to all of our online streamers as well. Thank you to Annabelle and Jeff. I knew that. For the wonderful music. Unity on the Lakeshore is a non-denominational spiritual community anchored in loving acceptance. If you are here with us for the first time, please know that whoever you are or wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. At this time, we will acknowledge the Christ candle, and you can join me in saying our statement on the screen. We light the Christ candle, remembering the Christ in us. And please join me in speaking our mission statement. We embrace all people and honor all paths to God. We create a sacred space to raise the awareness and consciousness of the one Spirit in us all. We anchor ourselves in affirmative prayer, forgiveness, generous sharing, and loving community as we service to our spiritual awakening. And now our affirmation of faith. There is only one presence and one power as me and as the universe, God the good, omnipotent. And now you can join us for our congregational song.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you.
Today's reading is from the Daily Word. Before I get to that, I did want to let you know that we do have a very special guest speaker today, my husband, Jack Wells, and looking forward to that. The word of the day is blessed. I am blessed with peace, calm, and the love of God. Today, if someone asks me how I am, I will smile and respond, I am blessed. This simple declaration will set the tone for the day, encouraging me to notice blessings large and small, especially the little things I may take for granted. I will also be mindful that God is the source of all of my blessings. I find my greatest blessing is in grounding myself in God's grace. It brings me peace, calms my fears, and is a bright guiding light in a dark and difficult times. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described the blessings of life, reminding those gathered there that the truest wealth is not measured by money and power. I take those words to heart and feel deeply grateful. I am spiritually blessed, enriched by God's unwavering love. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Matthew 5:8. And now we'll prepare for our meditation. You can join me in reading on the screen behind me. There is a silence into which the world cannot breathe. There is an ancient peace I carry in my heart and have not lost. There is a sense of holiness in me the thought of fear has never touched. I go there now. So as we prepare for meditation, let's put our both feet on the ground. Sit up straighter, maybe roll your shoulders back. Lift up your chin just a little bit. And close and lower your eyes. Now imagine that there is a beautiful golden light floating right above your head. Dazzling, sparkling light. And now also imagine that there is a portal on the top of your head that opens slowly and allows this golden light to enter into you. As it enters your head, feel its warmth. Feel it gently glide down through your skull, through your sinuses, even into your ears, cleaning out and opening them up. Let this golden light go down through your throat and let it pool across your shoulders. And feel the warmth there, like a warm gold honey. And now imagine that on either side of your shoulders, just a little bit of this light begins to go down your arms, through your muscles, through your joints, loosening any debris, any junk that's stuck in your joints. And it moves slowly down to your wrists and into your fingers. And as it goes through your fingers, imagine just a little portion of that light begins to shine through your hands, out your fingertips. And now bring your attention back up to your shoulders as that warm golden light begins to slide down your back, in and around all your muscles in your shoulder joints, loosening them up, lubricating them if they're stiff, circling each vertebrae as it goes down your back slowly, and in and around all of your internal organs, shining this beautiful light into them. And now, at the bottom of your back, let that light separate and let it begin to slide down your legs, loosening your hips, soothing any soreness in your muscles, clearing away anything that's stuck in your knee area, sliding down your calves, around your ankles, and into your feet. Let it clear away any pain, any aches, as it goes through your toes one by one, and just gently shines through the bottom of your feet. And now just sit in that golden light. Let yourself feel your own radiance. And now gently, either out loud or to yourself, repeat after me. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. And so it is.
For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining. 'Cause I feel that when I'm with you, It's alright. I know it's right. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I'll never be cold, 'cause I feel it when I'm with you. It's alright. I know it's right. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world. But most of all, I wish it from myself. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Like never before. Like never before. Like never before.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Good, good. I'm Jack Wells. I know most of you, and I think most of you know me. But you're used to seeing me up here as the board treasurer talking about church finances. And today I'm going to spare you from that. And I'm going to share with you my personal spiritual journey. It's been a deeply personal journey for me as I've grown with my mediumship. Mark asked me to talk with everyone about my work as a spiritual medium and what I've learned from spirit and about the spirit world. I've been a medium now for 23 years. And I should say a student of mediumship, because you never stop learning as a medium. There's always more to learn. There's the spirit world is vast. It has many worlds, many dimensions, many levels. And so it's kind of, I like the analogy. It's like peeling an onion, because as you peel another layer, you go deeper and explore and understand something more. So when I use the word spiritual medium, what I'm saying is I have the gift of being able to see and hear and feel the emotion of spirit. And I do that when I purposefully focus my mind through meditation to raise my energy vibration to communicate with spirit. And my purpose, why I do this, is to help and assist others through the messages that come through. I believe we all have this psychic ability. It's there for us if we want to develop, but it's only, I think, if we truly want to develop it. I think, like most things in life, though, when we're naturally drawn to something, we often are really good at it. And whether that's music or art or sports or whatever, or mediumship, and that's what I've been drawn to, very much so. You might wonder if in my everyday life, if I see spirit, like when I'm walking down the street or I'm at the grocery store, and I don't, and I purposely don't. I've been trained to, I believe, properly open and close when I work with spirit. That way, it helps keep me more centered and balanced as a person, as Jack. Before I go on, and get into things a little deeper, I think it's important for me just to say a word about my background so that, you know who the message is coming from. I mean, by most conventional measures, I think I've lived a pretty ordinary, feet on the ground, balanced life. I've raised 5 beautiful children. They're all doing well, I'm happy to report. And, I've got a close relationship with each of them. I went to MSU for my business degree and later went on to my MBA at Northwestern University in Chicago. I've worked for 40 years in the corporate banking in downtown Chicago. And, I was never a job hopper. I only worked at 3 firms in my career: Chase, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo. And, I was promoted over time to senior roles. And I retired like 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago, as a senior VP. So that was all good. But, my life's path had more in store for me than I ever thought possible or ever dreamed. I grew up in the Episcopal Church as a child, but I've always been more spiritual than religious. I've always believed in a higher power, both in my life and in the world. And I've always been curious about mystical things. My mother, who I was very close with, she passed when I was young. I was 11 years old. But she was really my first introduction into mystical things. I remember she used to read to me, or she used to read to herself and share with me. She read a lot of Edgar Cayce books and a lot of spiritual books, and we had good talks about them. So on the other hand, though, my father was a very practical man, and he didn't have a lot of use for the mystics. I mean, he was a good man, and I picked up a few of his good characteristics, not the least of which he led by example of being a strong, having a strong work ethic. So later as an adult, about 25 years ago, I had my first unexpected spiritual experience. I mean, totally unexpected. Back then, when I lived in Chicago, I'd often come up weekends for a weekend getaway to relax and enjoy nature up here in Western Michigan, and had family up here too, so it made it easy. So back 25 years ago, I was walking the beach at Port Sheldon, and I had nothing on my mind. I was very relaxed and just enjoying the beauty of the water and the day. And I heard very loudly and clearly, all things are possible with God. And it wasn't just me hearing this. It was the feeling, the intense emotional feeling of God's love and God's presence. And it was also, it was a feeling of me being connected with the universe. I mean, the oneness feeling. And it's a good thing I was walking alone, because I was laughing and crying at the same time. Because I was laughing because it occurred to me, who was I to think that all things are not possible with God? It seems so silly for me to even think in those terms. And I was crying because of the immense love and the connectedness I was feeling with the universe. You know, that energy was running through me. So I had never had an experience like this before. And you want to know the great thing is that experience is as vivid and as comforting now as it was back then. And as I look back, I can see that it was the first step by Spirit in opening me up and removing any doubt in my mind of God's presence and God's love. So about 2 years after that, I started having some different spiritual experiences, seeing and feeling Spirit, and seeing and feeling a very comforting golden light. The golden light would come down, it was like directly into the top of my head. And sometimes it would run up and down my spine like a mild electrical current. The light was always extremely gentle. It was comforting and it was blissful. And when it happened, I never wanted it to stop. It would often happen in the morning when I first woke up, or in the day when I was particularly inspired by something. You know, and the light never came at an awkward time for me. It usually came when I was relaxed and by myself. So about 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago, a prominent UK medium told me in a reading that this golden light would expand in me over time, and that it will take patience, and he said it will, over time, greatly assist me with my mediumship work. You know, and I thought at the time, I remember that so well, that reading, and it's like, well, that's a really nice thought, but, you know, I wasn't sure if it was true. It remains to be seen. Well, it's been 20 years since then, and it's been absolutely true. Today, when I experience the light, I experience it almost every day. And the light, when I do readings, comes in and it helps raise my energy vibration so I can communicate with Spirit better. So back then, like 23 years ago, these mystical experiences were very new to me. And I wasn't sure, you know, what was going on. But, you know, the light that came in was always very comforting to me and very loving. And I felt a deep need to explore and better understand. So I started doing my research into mediums and into the spirit world. I've always been, throughout my whole career and work, very detailed and thorough. And I've always reached out to find the best experts that I can to learn from. And I did the same thing for mediumship. It was far too important from me. It was coming from inside of me that I needed to really understand this. So it was also the analytical banker in me that had to do the due diligence. I had to make sure that mediums were real, that the communication was authentic, and that I wasn't being bamboozled. So I met with a lot of mediums the first few years. I traveled across the world. I traveled across the US. I met a lot of mediums in Europe, and I learned a lot from them. And some of them were the best in the world. And I just feel very blessed that I was able to work with them from time to time. And I met some wonderful mediums from India, Australia, and Mexico. So early in my search, I was very fortunate to meet a well-known and extremely gifted medium in the UK. His name's Robert Brown, and he's been a medium now over 50 years. And little did I know at that time that he would become a very important spiritual teacher and mentor for me. Robert's an international medium who travels the world, and he shares his medium and healing gifts, with people from the rich and famous to the poor and needy. And he's a minister both in the UK and the US. And you can find him online. He's become a good friend over the years, and I still see him twice a week on Zoom as I sit in his development circle classes. And we have guest sitters that come in from around the world that we read for. So as I look back, I can see that I've very much been led on my spiritual journey in my mediumship growth. I've been in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people. And I don't believe in coincidences anymore. I've just seen too many great things happen in this world. So let me talk about some things that I've learned from Spirit about the spirit world. There's a lot to say, and honestly, there's a lot more I'd like to share with you. But given our time constraints today, I thought I'd share 5 important things that I've learned from my mediumship work. First, sweetie. Hi, baby. First, and beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know that we are eternal conscious beings of light energy. And that's all of us. That's all 8.3 billion people that are walking the planet right now, whether they realize it or not. And we're all connected by this divine light energy. Second, I've learned that we and the universe are far larger and grander than I ever thought possible, that I ever dreamed. And from what I've learned from spirits, there are many worlds and many dimensions, and beyond our 3-dimensional physical existence here. And it's open to us where we can experience and learn in these other worlds too, if we choose. And it reminds me of scripture where Christ says, there are many mansions in my Father's house. Third, the spirit world is alive. It's very much alive, loving, and kind. And there is a purposeful and supportive organizational structure behind it that helps us grow and evolve and move closer to the divine, which I believe is part of the divine plan. And fourth, the spirit world, you're probably curious about this, but the spirit world is a much less physical world. Once we kind of, I think a good analogy is we're wearing this heavy overcoat as we're encapsulated in our bodies here. But I've heard spirit describe the existence in the spirit world as being a much freer, lighter existence. And I've even heard it before from spirit that it's like being on vacation. It's a dimension of much harmony and feeling of oneness with other spirits. But importantly, we clearly still retain our own uniqueness in our memories. Okay, fifth, I'd like to say a few words about divine order, because it so affects the way that we view and we approach life here. Spirit has taught me that we truly live in a world where all roads lead back to God. And what I mean by that is whether we choose to take the more direct road of love and kindness and truth and the golden rule towards treating other people, or we take the long road of negativity, resentment, anger, and fear. Each road is a teaching tool, and each road will still lead us back to God. I've been told by Spirit that sin is an earthly concept, whereas in the spirit world, our earthly mistakes are thought of in terms of learning and development. No judgment. Again, whichever path you choose will be your learning experience that will still lead you back to God. So in conclusion, I want to share a couple gems of wisdom that often come through from Spirit. Above all, be kind to yourself. The world is saddened with people that don't truly love themselves and don't forgive themselves when they feel that they've fallen short of who they should be. I've heard from Spirit that Earth is one of the more challenging and difficult worlds to navigate, with much of its chaos, fear, and division. And that we should all, and this, I love this, that we should all give ourselves a pat on the back for having the courage to incarnate here and not stay at home in our much more harmonious, peaceful spirit world. Lastly, I want to leave you with a message that comes from the other side, and that is enjoy and savor your life to the fullest extent that you can, because life here is very temporary. Our lives on earth are over in the blink of an eye. And although very short in our soul's overall journey, our time here is still very important and has purpose. And to always remember that our life here is a divine gift, and it's here for us to both learn from and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jack. And now in our time in the service for our giving, and there are a few ways to give. Oh, yep. And we can say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. The ushers will be passing a basket and you can give there, or we have options through Venmo. You can scan the QR code, or you can use our name, Unity-Lakeshore. We also have an option to give through text. Send the word give to 616-236-5205. That's 616-236-5205. And if it's your first time giving this way, there'll be some instructions for you to go through. And if you've given that way before, all you have to do is text the dollar amount to that number. You can also give online through our website at unityonthelakeshore.org/donations. And if you're live streaming, the link is in the chat. You can also mail a check to Unity on the Lakeshore, P.O. Box 848, Douglas, Michigan, 49406. And now we'll have another song.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Okay, so if you are in need of support, there are a few ways to receive that. First is to email us at unitylakeshore@gmail.com. You can also phone the office at 269-534-7700. And there is always the Unity Silent Prayer Line that is 24/7 at 816-969-2000. We invite you to stay after service today as we make some bracelets that we will hand out to newcomers at our future services. Thank you to Richard for setting that up for us. And you can join our book study of The Way of Mastery on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. via Zoom. You can find the link on our website and our Facebook page. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, please do so. This way you can share about all of the great things going on here and engage with others. You can find us at facebook.com/Unity Lakeshore. Are there any guests with us today for the first time? Oh, welcome. Thank you for coming. And let's see. Community member Marilyn Slicker's Celebration of Life service will be held on May 16th from 1 to 5 p.m. at Ravines Golf Course in Saugatuck, Michigan. Are there any announcements today from the community? No.
If Ken stayed today and work our bracelets, fine. I deliberately only brought enough stuff for 7 people. That's about 3 people too many. But the good news is that I've got 2 people who I know are going to make bracelets today. And once they learn how, then they can teach 4 or 5 people the next time. So if you can come today, fine. If it's not possible, you'll have good teachers next time. So, thank you.
Thank you, Richard. And now is the time for our closing song. Please feel free to stand if you're able.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And join us in the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you.